Hi guys, this is Snow. Last time we implemented the map function, so now we can check the world map and display a minimap on the screen. And this video was supposed to be a dungeon creation episode. I thought only things left were creating a dungeon and a final boss, but then I got some interesting ideas that makes the combat system more interesting. So I decided to implement them first. Maybe this is gonna be 2 videos. So what we're gonna do this time is we're gonna do some monster class house cleaning and add a monster who swings a weapon and implement a system that can change attack motion speed. And then probably in the next video we implement guard and parry system. But before starting it, here's a very quick update. So when I created this world map buffered image in the last video, I forgot to dispose this graphics 2D object. So the program still works, but it's definitely better to release its resource by disposing it, since we are not using this object anymore. So that's the update. Okay, so we're gonna do some housekeeping of this monster class because it's kind of a messy here. And then now we're gonna add another monster, so we will have multiple monsters. So I want to move whatever these monsters can share to the entity class, so we can avoid typing the same thing again and again. And also I realized that there is not much strong reason to have this update and set action methods here, because we are doing kind of a similar thing. So I'm gonna move everything in this update to this set action method and delete this one. And it still looks a bit messy, so I want to sort them out to 2 conditions. So on pass true or else. Okay, so this is on pass true, so I'm gonna move everything to this bracket on pass true and delete this. And this is also on pass true, and so we're gonna add this here and don't need this anymore. And okay, delete this. And okay, this is on pass false and the distance. Okay, so I'm gonna move this to this else and delete this, and also this one. And delete this. Yeah, like this. Okay, then I'm gonna create some getters for this X distance, Y distance, tile distance, and probably this goal core and goal low in this entity, so we can easily get those values whenever we need them. So first public int get X distance, and we're gonna receive entity target, and okay, int X distance equal, oh yeah, I think we can copy this. And instead of this player, we use this target parameter, then return it. Yeah, and okay, I'm gonna create Y distance too. Y, world Y, world Y, Y distance, Y distance. And then tile distance too. Int tile distance equal, so tile distance is x distance plus y distance, so get x distance target plus get y distance target and return it. Okay, goal call and goal love. Okay, copy this and change this to target. And goal love. Okay, so back to this slime class, and we're gonna do a little more cleaning. So what we are doing here is basically check if it stops chasing, search the direction to go, check if it shoots a projectile, and if on pass is false, check if it starts chasing, get a random direction if it's not on path. And for this search path, we can just pass the parameters like this: get goal call, and entity is player, and get goal love, and the pass player. And we don't need this anymore. So, and for these other stuff too, we're gonna create methods in this entity. So first, this one, check if it stops chasing. Or, I don't know, maybe after this update. Public void check stop chasing or not, or something. Entity target and int distance and int rate. Get tile distance target is greater than distance. Then I'm gonna add a little random effect, so not 100%, but we're gonna get this random number and use this rate, and then if I equal 0, then on path equal false. And then, so we're gonna call this method from here, and the pass player as target, and then so distance like 20, and the rate is like 100. I don't know, maybe 20 is a bit too long, so I'm gonna change this to 15, and we can delete this. So we are passing 100, so this is gonna pick a random number between 0 to 99. The percentage is 1%, so only if it picks a 0, it stops chasing. So it sounds like a pretty low chance, but actually not, because this checking gets done 60 times per second, so chance is still high. Okay, so next, random shoots a projectile. Okay, so public void check shoot or not. And for this one, we get rate and shot interval. And okay, let's copy everything, copy and paste. And okay, so we can replace this 200 with this rate, and I think I don't need this one anymore. And I think I'm gonna just, you know, simply use the same method. So only it picks a 0, and also okay, we're gonna use this shot interval as a like condition for this shot available. So you know, we can set different number on each monster. So now we can just call this method instead of this. Rate is 200 and shot interval is 30, I think. Okay, next. So check if it starts chasing. Okay, so it's kind of similar to this one. So I think we can just copy and paste. So check start chasing or not. And this time, so it starts chasing, so not greater but smaller than this distance. So call this method instead of this. Entity target is player and 5 tiles, 100. So slime might start chasing the player if player is within 5 tiles distance. Okay, so now finally this one. We are picking a random direction. So yeah, let's create a method for this one. Public void get random direction. And I think we can just copy this and paste here. And okay, I think we don't need to change anything here. I just want to change this format like this. Yep, so call this method from this slime class. Yep, like this. And we don't need these anymore, so we can delete this. Yeah, it looks much cleaner, I think, so I feel much better. Okay, house cleaning is done, so let's create a new monster. So I created this Orc, so I'm gonna copy this to this res folder and create another monster class, Mon Orc. For now, let's copy everything from this slime. And change name Orc. And okay, max life like 10. And attack is, I don't know, like 8. And defense 2, so you can choose whatever numbers you want. And experience like, I don't know, 10. Orc doesn't throw a rock, so I'm not gonna use this. And the solid area is, so he's pretty square unlike slime, so I don't know, 4, so that means 40 and 44, something like this. For this one, we're gonna set this attack area because, you know, he's gonna swing a club. So attack area width is, yeah, like 1 tile. Area that height equal 48. Orc. For this one, we're gonna create get attack image. maybe we can copy from this player class, I think. Monster. And okay, don't forget to call this method. So okay, I think. And okay, we don't need this because no projectile. So all right, let's place this on the map. So asset setter, I'm gonna place him somewhere around here. So 1233. Okay, let's check. Whoop. Something is wrong. Wait. Oh, it's all down. What? Why? Ah, okay, because slime had only down image. Up. Okay. Okay. Yep. He's moving correctly, I think. We cannot give any damage at level 1 because his defense is high. Oops. Yeah. So the monster looks the other way when it gets hit. That's because we needed to check its collision based on their direction. So it looked okay until now, since slime didn't really have directional sprites, but now it looks a bit strange. Yeah, let's fix this. So it's here in the knockback method in player class. I think I'm gonna move this one too to entity, so monsters can also have knockback ability. So yeah, I'm gonna move this method to entity. Maybe after this damage player. So, and also I think I'm gonna change this name to set knockback. That represents its function better, I think. So this is the one that was changing his direction when it gets hit, so let's delete this. So the entity keeps its direction when it's being knockbacked, but there'll be a problem. So okay, update. So when the entity is being knockbacked, we check various collision. So for example, this check tile, if it's being knocked back, it is supposed to move to the direction that its attacker's facing. You know, for example, if this entity is facing up direction and gets hit, then it moves downward, you know, while still facing up direction. But this collision checker still checks the collision assuming his direction is up. So it checks based on this top law, and naturally the collision check becomes inaccurate. You know, sometimes this entity gets stuck in a solid tile. So we use a temporal direction that we only use during this collision checking phase. String direction. So first we get this entity's current direction. But if entities is being knockbacked, so here we need to get its attacker's direction. So back to this entity, and we're gonna add public entity attacker, and also public string knockback direction. So we need these two information because attacker's direction might change while knockback is still happening. So actually there is this fireball bug. So this is a fireball class, and this fireball has no knockback power, but if you put some number here like 5, okay. Oh, what is this? Okay, set knockback. Set knockback. Yeah, I renamed this method. Yeah. So fireball. So if you shoot fireball and change your direction quickly, come on slime. Yeah, okay. Oh no, come on. Wait, something is wrong. They don't get aggro. Oh! This is not false, but true. Sorry about that. True. They still don't get aggro. Why? What's happening? Oh! I got it. I forgot to divide this by tile size. Yeah, this should work now, I think. Yeah. Yeah, now. Yes, okay. And so fireball bug. So if you shoot fireball and quickly change your direction, like this. Yeah, like this. See that? So as you can see, if you change direction after shooting a fireball, then knockback direction also changes. So to prevent this, so when an attack happens, we immediately record its attacker's direction, and we're gonna keep it. So we can use this to move the receiver of the attack. So when we set knockback, we receive one more parameter. Okay, I think I'm gonna change this to target, and one more entity, attacker, and this is target. This dot attacker equal attacker, and from this attacker we get target knockback direction. So equal attacker dot direction. And okay, I think we're gonna get some error. Player class. Yeah, here. So we're gonna pass attacker information too. We cannot type gp.player here. So here's where we get attacker information. Attacker. And pass this attacker here. Because this method can be called by projectile too. So yeah, this one. So the attacker is not necessarily player, but sometimes fireball or other projectiles. So from here, so we're gonna pass this entity. And okay, so player, and from here, so attacking method in this player class. If we call this damage monster from here, then we can pass gp.player what is. So let's go back to this collision checker. So we can finally get the correct knockback direction. So direction equal entity dot knockback direction. And so we can replace this entity dot direction to this local direction. We're gonna do the same to check object, we don't need this because this collision doesn't happen. But this check entity, we're gonna do the same. Instead of this entity.direction, we're gonna use this local direction. Back to entities update. So here, knockback equal true. So this one, so this was causing that fireball bug. So change this to knockback direction. So this should fix the problem. So let's check. Yeah, looks okay. Yeah. Let's check Orc's knockback too. Yeah. Like this. The knockback's direction is fixed. Now let's implement this Orc's swinging attack. And to do that, I think we can use this attacking method in player class. So again, we're gonna move this to entity so monsters can share this method. Cut this and maybe before this damage player. And we are getting some errors because these are player specific stuff, so we handle them by adding some conditions. If type equal type monster or else, and we're gonna put these in this else bracket. So this is basically for player. So add player. And if it's a monster, we check if this monster's attack is hitting player. So if gb.c checker.check player and this. So if this return true, so that means attack is hitting the player, so damage player and pass attack value. Then we want to call this attacking method from this Orc class, so we set a condition for that. So this time we're gonna create a check attack or not, and we receive rate and also straight and horizontal. So this monster only swing its weapon when the target is in a certain distance, and for that we use these variables. This straight indicates the straight line distance, and this horizontal indicates the wide distance, horizontal distance. So if you pass 144 as straight, then the straight range will be 3 tiles, and if you pass 48 as horizontal, then this horizontal distance will be 1 tile. And if player is within this range, the monster might swing its weapon, and we're gonna decide it with this rate. So first we're gonna declare boolean target in range, and also we're gonna get the x distance, and the target is player, so and y distance too. Then a switch statement, switch direction. So this monster's direction is up, then if something like this. Players world Y is smaller than this monster's world Y, and Y distance is less than this straight, and X distance is less than horizontal. Not L though. Okay, in this case target is in range, so true. Copy this and down. This case greater, and the left is world X. So this is X distance, and this is Y distance. And okay, so right. So this time, so larger, and X distance. Yeah, these are the same. Okay. And then, so if target in range equal true, so if player is in the range, I equal new random dot next in, and here we use this rate, and if I equal 0, then it's gonna attack. So attacking equal true. Also sprite equal 1, sprite counter, we're gonna reset the counter, and also reset shot available counter, I think. Okay. Yeah, again, so you can pass a different rate depending on the monsters. Okay, so now we can call this method from this Orc. So, okay, first we check if attacking equal false, then we can call that method. Check attack or not, and the pass. Wait, what is this? Visibility. Let's see. Okay, this needs to be public. And okay, so what we're gonna pass? Check attack or not. So rate, attack rate is like 30, and the straight length I'm gonna pass tile size times 4, and horizontal 1 tile. So if you want to make this monster very aggressive, then pass a small number here. Okay, so now this monster's attacking boolean can be true, so entity update after this knockback condition, I guess we're gonna add another condition. So if attacking equal true, then we're gonna call this attacking method. And okay, and I think now we should move this sprite counter stuff to this else block, because we are increasing the counter in this attacking method too, so we want to stop this while this monster is attacking, so otherwise it disrupts the timing of these sprites change. And then finally we handle attacking sprite images. So draw method, and I think we can just copy from this player class. Yeah, this one attacking. I feel like we can merge this draw method too, but I don't know. I'm not so sure. I think I'm gonna just copy here. So instead of screen X, we're gonna use this temp screen X and the temp screen Y. That's all I think, so let's check. Orc. Right, come on. Oh, yeah. Now he's aggro. Oh, one hit kill. Okay. Come on. Yeah. So now he's swinging his club. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so now Orc swings his club, but maybe he swings a bit too fast. So right now, the first attack animation takes 5 frames, and the second takes 20 frames, because it starts from 5. So if we change this to like 40 and 85, and also here to 85. Yeah. So now his swinging speed is much slower, but you know, now both player and the monsters are sharing this attacking method, so naturally, ouch. So the player's attacking speed is also slower, and this is not good. So to fix this, let's add new attributes. Public int motion 1 duration or something. Public int motion 2 duration. And set these values for this orc. Equal, so 40 equal 85. And then we replace these numbers with motion 1 duration and the motion 2 duration. So now we can set the unique attack motion speed on each character. And as for player, so we can just give him motion 1 and 2 values here, but I think it would be more interesting if each weapon has a different speed. So I'm gonna do that. So we have 2 weapons. Normal sword. So for this one, I'm gonna set 5 and 25. And copy this. And another weapon, axe. For this axe, I'm gonna set like a 20, 40. So player class, in this get attack method, so we get motion speed values equal current weapon dot motion 1 duration and the motion 2. Yeah, so whenever you change your weapon, so this method gets called and update player's attack area and the motion 1 and 2. Okay, let's check. So, okay, so first sword, like this, so like before, and axe. So a bit slower. Died. Alright, so I think this is more interesting, and you can also create a very fast weapon. Let's assume you create a magic dagger or something and set its motion speed like 2 and 10. Then so you can attack lightning fast. So now we can have more weapon variety and strategic options to win the battle. And next we can utilize these functions, features, and implement guard and parry system.